Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate, it would truly mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you for your continued support here. Today we are doing the reading you need today. So this was a channel message. It's coming through. We are getting in touch with the ancestors today to find out what that is. They called me today to use our ancestor deck. But let's hop to our prayer. We're going to get into it. This is not going to be a super long reading. It's just going to be a direct, pointed message that you need to hear today, okay? All right. My beloved source, this prayer is for any and all who come onto this channel or this reading, whether it's for a moment's time or for the entire time. I ask that you remind us all that even when things are challenging and difficult, that there is still always hope. And that part of this world is living in this contrast of duality. That we are in the wave of helping the world change their mindset, of helping the world see a positive outlook. But that there are still going to be things that happen beyond our control. That doesn't mean that we have to give in to that negativity, that we can truly see things from a place of hope, and a place of faith, and a place of serenity, and a place of understanding and understanding. And so for anyone who may be struggling with this at this moment because of the circumstances in their life, I ask that you bring them that glimmer of hope in the beautifully unique ways that you always do. And may you help remind them that they are held and they are truly supported, and that they are loved, and that they are a perfectly unique expression of source energy here for a grander purpose. May we all hold on to this inner truth and know it to be so. And as these words are spoken onto this reading and among this tribe, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my beloved source. Thank you. All right, we'll get that out of the way. Let me give this a quick shuffle. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, source, what ancestor oracle card will help us better understand what the message pile number 1 needs today is? Pile number 1, what ancestor oracle card will help us better understand what the message that pile number 1 needs today is? Okay, thank you. And for pile number 2, source, what ancestor message card will help us better understand the message that pile number 2 needs today? What oracle card will help us better understand the message that pile number 2 needs today? Thank you. And for pile number 3, source, what ancestor oracle card will help us better understand the message that pile number 3 needs? Thank you. Collective message we have: open to love, relationships, passion, and fulfillment. There have been a lot of love messages that have been coming out on the channel. And for those of you that have been with me for any amount of time, you know I'm not one that just does a whole lot of love readings. And I don't, because we get so hopeful and so stuck on when it's coming, and if it doesn't come in the time frame that we expect it to, we get discouraged, and that's why I don't do a lot of love readings. So it is something that's been coming up quite a bit, though. Okay, so with pile 1, we do have this beautiful piece of tiger's eye for you to choose from. Okay, pile number 2, we have this shard of amethyst for you to choose from. And pile number 3, pile number 3, we have this beautiful yellow jasper. Okay. Pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Whichever one you've chosen, I will see you over on that pile. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful tiger's eye, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be the message that you need today. I do want to say first, thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. So with that being said, let's hop to it and find out what is the message that pile number 1 needs to hear today, Source. What is the message that pile number 1 needs to hear today? What would you like them to know? Okay, 7th house, Taurus energy, and Saturn. And it's interesting, if you watch the shuffle, we got on the bottom of the deck, open to love, right? Relationships, passion, and fulfillment. And I was mentioning that I'm not one to do a whole bunch of love readings, but love has been coming out pretty consistently in a lot of even the pick a cards. So we've got the 7th house coming up and Taurus energy, which is Venus energy. 7th house is Libra's ruled by Libra. And we have Saturn with the planet of tough love. So another synchronicity right there. But we see here the message you need to hear is that you've had a lot of overwhelmingly difficult situations when it comes to your connections in life. And that could be friends, business partners, coworkers, whatever it is. There's been a ton of extremely difficult situations that have come up. And a lot of burdens and blockages that you've had to work through, right? Holding on to people and, I feel like for you, pile 1, you've done a lot of carrying of other people. You have tried to help people heal. You've tried to help people see a truth. You've tried to help people see just more with clear vision and understanding and understanding. And a lot of people have been extremely resistant to your advances and your help. And there's a lot of control coming through here, not with you per se, but when we are trying to drag others to a higher version of themselves, there is a sense of control with that. And equally so, there's a sense of control with the resistance that comes from that, okay? And so we see that there was a lot of resistance to this growth that you were offering, while equally so, there was a lot of resistance to you seeing, why is this something that I feel like I have to do? Especially with people who aren't, ready and willing to do that, who aren't wanting to move to the next part of the journey. And this has been an ongoing battle, it feels like, for you, which is understandable. But we also see here that you've been determined to help heal yourself by self-love, putting yourself first with Taurus energy here, really truly serving the cause that you feel is so important to you and with passion, and finding that balance and harmony. And feel like today the message is that you are learning how to balance those energies internally, and that's bringing a balance into the external world. But let's get some cards on it and see what comes through. And again, if you didn't catch the intro, these are not going to be super long messages today. These are going to be quick and short messages, but for a purpose, right? So Source, what message does pile number 1 need to know today? Can you please elaborate on this? Does pile number 1 need to know today? And when we talk about relationships, it can have anything to do with any type of relationship, whether that is a romantic relationship, a friendship, a family situationship, co-worker, so on and so forth, right? So remembering to keep an open mind. It's not just about your romantic connections. It's about all those connections and the part that they've played in your life. And how when you started healing, of course you wanted to take the people who you loved with you, right? Because you love them. Why wouldn't you, right? It makes sense. Yeah, but there's been a lot of burdens here. Trying to find balance in a situation that just emotionally leaves you exhausted. It's like, I've been telling this person this for a long time. I've been telling these people this situation for a long time. You know, like, I want them to see that healing is capable. And we have like all swords cards, and we have the 7 of Swords coming out in the reverse. Just like seeing that this is a lost cause finally. Like, you're recognizing that this is a waste of breath, right? And look, this is all communication and mindset and mental patterns and toxic mental patterns that we're reliving over and over again. A lot of cyclical situations that have arisen in your life. We see with the 6 of Swords here, it's like you are trying to find that balance. You're trying to regain a sense of clarity here and understanding of yourself. And Source is absolutely playing a part in that. But at the middle, we have the 10 of Swords. And the 10 of Swords is like you've met your match, right? So for as enlightened as you are, this person or these people are living in the shadow. And while we can be the light to help lead them home, we cannot be their light, right? We're a nightlight in the darkness, but we're not their light. They have their own light that they have to learn to rely on and to lean on and to trust. And right now it feels like what Source is helping you do is to recognize that these are individuals that are never going to see your point of view, and that it's like you're just, you know, what's that saying? Don't cast pearls before swine. That's the message here. It's like they're not wanting you to cast your pearls of wisdom before swine who does not understand the value of what you're bringing. You're meant to talk and to speak and to communicate and help heal people who see your value. But first you must see your value. And I feel like that's exactly what's going on here when we see the Saturn. It's like this has been a tough lesson for you because whoever this is, you love them. And that's something you can't just change, right? In the blink of an eye. Even when you're hurt, you still love a person. Even when you get hurt. It's just that eventually you get hurt and betrayed so much where you're just like, okay, no matter how much I love this person, I have to save myself, right? And that's what's happening here. It's like you're recognizing that now is the time to save yourself. What's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah, we have the 10 of Cups in the upright here, showing that you're meant to be a leader for people's emotional well-being. And isn't it interesting that this is the Cups card that we got on the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups, showing that you're going to lead others to finding their freedom and their emotional mindset. But we see here that you're still struggling with the egoic mindset of those negative thought patterns of trying to convince yourself, oh, maybe they're not as bad as I think they are. Maybe they're not as bad as I'm intuitively feeling that they are. You know, there's something that I'll be able to do to change this in the long run. And wow, the next card, the 6 of Cups in the reverse, Source is showing here that this is not an equal give and take. This is a failed relationship or failed connection, and it's nothing you did. Okay, like that's not, when we say it's a failed situation, it's not because you failed. It's because there is a literal disconnect between the two of you or between you and these other people. There's a literal disconnect. It's like you've raised, like, you cannot compare the 10 of Cups to the 6 of Cups in the reverse. This is a completely different pathway than this card, right? And that's what they're showing here. And so the message you need to know is that you're coming up into a time and into a place where you're going to be leading others. And in order to lead others, you need to free yourself from a situation that is leaving you mentally confused, exhausted, frustrated, and that is a never-ending loop. It's just going over and over again. You're trying to heal them. You're trying to heal this connection. You're trying to help this connection. And sometimes the only way that we can heal it is by removing our energy or removing the amount of attention that we give to that person, right? Which is, I get it. It's way easier said than done. I can appreciate that. But that's what they're saying here. So let's just get a couple of angel cards out on it and see for clarifiers. Can we please have some clarifiers for these this reading? I'm just going to get 2 for you. Can we please have an angel card? And the first 2 came out. We've got the 3 of Ariel, which is a 3 of coins. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career and artistic endeavors. Working with others in a cooperative manner. And see, this is a thing. It's like right now you have a treasure. And they want you to keep that treasure to yourself and continue to develop that treasure, which is your energy and which is your knowledge that you're receiving as you continue to grow on this journey. And when you do that, then there will be people who come into your life that appreciate your treasure. But it seems like you've shown this person a part of this treasure and they don't appreciate it at all. Yeah, and it's time to find peace. And this is the nameless card from the Tarot Marseille, is the number 13, right? We have peace with Archangel Azrael. Release the past. There's a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. And so we see that this is clarifying that energy. It's like this is something you cannot hold on to. Even though with the 3 of Ariel, which is the 3 of coins, wanting that connection, wanting to build that link between you and them, wanting to have that community feeling with them. But right now you're growing and you've moved on, right? You've moved on. It's like recognizing that this is a failed connection, but not because you failed. It's just not meant to be. And that's okay. That's how some connections work out. We're not meant to have everybody that we've ever known in our life follow us. Can you imagine the people that if everybody we met was supposed to go where we're going? Like that would be insanity. It would just be massively crazy. We do have the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Gabriel, with confident, enthusiastic, courageous, and charismatic. Time to take action. Great passion for a cause. Didn't I say that? Like you've been very passionate about this cause. Like you're bringing that passion here, right? You're feeling it. You're feeling that shift. Instinctively knowing just what to do, and you have to trust your intuition. Your intuition is not leading you down a bad path. It's really trying to save you from this upset. It's really trying to keep you in a place of peace and balance and harmony rather than bringing you into this place of stagnation, right? Yeah, the moon. And it has to do with the way you feel about this person. It's the emotional connection that you have with this person that's keeping you stuck in your mind. We satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. And so the more you nurture yourself, the easier it is for you to let go of the confusion and to see clearly what this is bringing. We have yin energy on the bottom with intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. You've been intuitively told about this person time and time again. And it's like Source is just trying to drive that home, right? Like there's nothing you're doing wrong. It's hard. Like I said, there's this energy coming in for you, Pile 1, where you really care about this person. And the deeper that we care about someone, the harder it is to let go. But sometimes even still, it's like the hardest thing and the right thing oftentimes are the way to release ourselves. It's like letting it go. They're the same thing, right? We have a child eternal, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. And the shadow is inability to grow up and be responsible, extreme dependency on others for physical security. And then we have scribe, with preserving knowledge and information, and the shadow attribute is altering facts or plagiarizing others' work. So this person doesn't want to let you go, and I feel like they bring you in, or this situation, there's things that keep drawing you back in, and it's like, oh, well, maybe this time they've changed, and it's just the same pattern, right? Yeah, look, you're an earth angel. We have angel on the bottom. You're an earth angel. Right, we have helping those in need with no expectation of return, and then you have acting innocent or angelic to mislead others, falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Angelic guidance. Wow, this Mercury retrograde. I'm gonna get through it. I hope y'all are too. But we see that, like, you're an earth angel here. You're meant for bigger and better things, and you're meant to bring peace into the world to others, and it has to do with the hearts of the world, right? Open up to your spiritual gifts. Look at this beautiful picture with the hummingbirds, spiritual healing. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. So we have this very clear message coming in here, helping you to grow beyond this situation, right? Recognize the signs from above. Angels are sending you messages now, but you're too distracted to notice. Stay alert and open to divine guidance. Yeah, so we have 444, the white butterfly, the feather, and the gold coin. We also have the dove here. For some reason, I just heard that mourning doves might mean something to you, so that's a very specific message coming in. But we see that it's like you've been trying to find this place of peace, but all the while it's like, I'm just going to ignore certain aspects right now because I'm focused on other things. And this is something that they want you to focus on, healing within yourself so that you can free yourself and let go. We have Mars in Sheratus with number 18, understanding that nothing is wholly good or evil, that even the strongest poison can heal in the right dose. And so I feel like that's something that you're learning as well. It's like, this isn't like, this person's not evil, the situation's not evil, and it's just this, it just is. And that's what they're trying to help you learn, is to accept it as it is, and just to move on, and to know that not everything is going to be the way that we often thought it was going to be. We have Artemis and Louisa Liu with the path ahead will be different. From now on, you will follow the path of transformation. Pay close attention to your quality of life. That is extremely powerful. Okay, and then we're going to get an earth or another dragon oracle here. And we'll check out your ancestors card. Yeah. Golden Christed Dragon brings you to higher love so that you can embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain in the fifth dimension. And that's just that unconditional loving light coming in, right? Bringing you into this higher version of understanding that there's no need to harbor resentment and guilt and shame about this connection, right? A failed connection. That's why I feel like they keep trying to tell you, it's like, it's a failed connection, but that's not because of anything you did. It's just the design of it. That's the way it was supposed to happen. So we have Black Dragon. Cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, and undergo a metamorphosis. So you're definitely in a space of change right now, and huge transformation is coming your way. I feel like this is very powerful for you as well. So opening up to that change is vital, right? Healing from source with the hummingbirds, understanding your emotions, recognizing that you are becoming a leader of great proportions here. You're healing your inner child, but there's something that you're meant to give to the world here, okay? Look, I cannot make this up. We have family connections, repeat people, and kinship. So there's something here where it's like you want that connection, right? And that's what I'm saying. It's like they're making this very clear. Like, this has to do with a connection that is someone you love. And that's what this people talks about. Yeah, that's what this card talks about. It says the early Samoan people were known as Tagata Maui. They believed Tagaloa, the supreme ruler and creator of the universe, and I apologize if I am butchering these words, created their people out of the earth. Samoan culture is about communal living. According to Fa'a Samoa, the Samoan way, the most important aspects of life are family, faith, and music. Traditionally, the elders of the family hold the highest status in the community, and the extended family, known as the Aiga, lived and worked together. Most daily activities are attended to in groups. Everything is about the family rather than the individual, including sharing food and living space. The traditional fail houses didn't have walls, and sometimes up to 20 people slept together on the ground in one fail. Family members congregate into the fail to relax, chat, and socialize. So it's time to reconnect with your family. You don't need to live or spend a lot of time with them like the Samoans, but perhaps you could call or visit a family member. Your family doesn't have to be biological. This could be your adopted family or friends. Sometimes our biological families are no longer part of our lives, and that is okay. It's important to create your own family in whatever way suits you. You may even view your pets as your furry children or family, and this card can also be a sign that family members passed away or living or trying to contact you. So I feel like that's the thing here. It's like they're really being clear. This is like a family situation. That's what I'm saying. Like, it really feels like you love this person a whole lot. And I know it's saying to reconnect, but right now they want you to disconnect so that you can connect with your soul tribe. And once you connect with your soul tribe, it will be easier for you to reconnect with family, knowing that you can set solid boundaries with them when that time comes, okay? So this is what I see for you, pile 1. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little, I don't know. You know what? Leave the little fire emoji down below and say, I choose to understand that nothing is all good or evil, but that it's okay for me to disconnect at times so that I can reconnect in unconditional love. And if this resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box. You can email me for personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you for your continued support here. And until next time, pile number 1, stay human. Oh wait, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guide, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow humans. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of amethyst, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on the message you need to hear right now. First, I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. Well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and hop into it and find out what is the message that pile number 2 needs to hear today, Source. What is the message that pile number 2 needs to hear, Source? What would you like them to know? What is the message that pile number 2 needs to hear today, Source? Okay, so we've got the North Node, Leo, and the 11th house. Yes, I love this energy. There's a change in your community, right? This does give me soul tribe vibes, but it's also feeling like you are growing like in popularity as well, right? So it's like you are doing what you're meant to in your North Node. But then with the 11th house, we have this could be social media, this could be an online platform, some sort of community online that's growing, where people are going to be highly attracted to you all of a sudden, very magnetized to you. They just really love your energy, they love your spirit, they love how bright you are, how fun you are, the joy that you bring. Really just love your overall energy and this very leadership type of energy that's coming through here. This could also be that you have invented something, you have done something with technology, you've done something in the scientific nature. It's just something that you have done that's getting a lot of confirmation and accolades for in your journey. It's like you've just done something now, and suddenly all of a sudden It's like, oh, I'm getting recognized for this. Like, wow, right? And the reason being is because this has been a part of your North Node. This was destined to happen in your life, right? It was meant to come, meant to happen, meant to be there. So this is a lot of praise. Also knowing that you are protected. So no one's going to steal your ideas or anything like that. I feel like some of you have been worried about that. They're saying no one's going to steal your ideas. You're super protected here. This is something that was meant to happen. It all had to wait until divine timing. And I feel like for a lot of you, Pile 2, you're very skeptical of believing this because you've probably been hearing a lot of very positive reviews lately, a lot of positive tarot readings like, it's like everybody says it's coming. They're saying just hang in there because it is. You're going to see it. Like one day you're going to look back and you're like, wow, that was really true. Like that was a really big thing that was coming in my life. And I was just, skeptical because when you hear it so much, or it's kind of like one of those things like, when people hear that they're beautiful all the time, they become numb to it, right? They just doesn't really mean as much as it did before. And that's something that it feels like here. It's like you watch tarot readings, you've gotten intuitive confirmations, like sources sent you messages, and you're like, okay, I get what you're trying to tell me, but, okay, what the heck? It's been for forever, so why aren't we seeing things move? And sources saying, like, it's coming, but it's so big, it had to catch up with you. Right? And sometimes the bigger manifestations, they take a lot longer to come to us than those smaller manifestations. Like why you recognize you can manifest small things really quick, but this one thing is something you really truly desired and you had to walk in your North Node in order to get it. And so you're definitely aligning with that. But let's get some more on it and see what's coming. So source, what more would you like to tell pile number 2 the message they need to hear today? Okay, thank you. What is the message that pile number 2 needs to hear today, source? Yeah, you made a decision to choose your career over everything else, right? And it feels like you really put the work in. You've really done your part. And so source will meet you halfway. They want to remind you of that. What else does pile number 2 need to know? Yeah, okay, so we've got the 3 of coins in the reverse. There may have been a lot of falling out along this process with people that you thought were going to be there with you. Right? And it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of relationship, undertones to these readings because the collective message that we got from the ancestor deck on the bottom was the connections card, right? So it doesn't surprise me that in both your pile and pile 1, they talked about some sort of a connection here. This could have been a partnership, especially with the 3 of coins here. This is like a partnership that dissolved. Someone that you thought was going to help you with the process. Someone you thought was going to be there with you along the process. And it was really difficult to understand how this could fall apart. And there may have been 3 people here. I'm really drawn to the 3 windows here. I'm really drawn, there's 3 coins here. There may have been 3 people that this happened with, right? And at one point, then it was just you and another person. And still just that didn't work out the way that you thought it was going to, and wondering why. Yeah, there were people here who weren't willing to put in the effort, not wanting to work towards a better, system or a better life. And I feel like for you it was hard to see the red flags because these people came in with so much optimism and so much love and light, or seemingly, right? But it feels like there's just a lot of manipulation. Yeah, with the Pope in the reverse. They were just more concerned with the praise that they were going to get, right? That 11th house energy. These are people who were more concerned with being in the center of attention and being in the spotlight than they were about creating something that was stable and substantial in this realm. And for you, I feel like it was the complete opposite, where it's like, it's nice to be in the center of attention. It's nice to have the spotlight on you. My biggest concern is creating something of value and having a sense of purpose in this world. And so you were grading against each other, right? That's that grading energy, because they were in this energy of like, I just want to be seen. I just want the money. I just want the fortune. I just want the fame. I don't want all that other stuff. I don't care if it's actually of use. I just want it to go viral type energy. And that's why. And it was like, I feel like for you, is like, yeah, that was something that you wanted to, and that's why maybe you couldn't see the red flags of these people and why they weren't willing to put in the effort. And so you've had to go it alone, pile 2. Feels like you've been alone quite a bit on this journey, and they're saying like you're not going to be alone anymore. But it's not even about people helping you. Like you're really coming into an energy of understanding just how powerful you are when you work alone, like when you do things by yourself. And you're calling in people who are going to lift you up and support you. And I feel like eventually you will call in a partnership that's going to be there helping you, who is willing to commit to that higher purpose, that process of really helping people out along the journey. But you had to learn how to do that by yourself so that you didn't, you didn't rely on everyone else to do it. You had to rely on yourself. And I know that sounds so like really like why did I have to do it by myself? But it gave you a sense of accomplishment. The accomplishment that you're going to feel from this coming in is next level. And it would not have been the same if you had had other people here along the journey with you. Yeah, we have the 5 of Ariel. You needn't go through your current challenges alone. Help is nearby. Negative thoughts create self-fulfilling prophecies. And it's interesting because the 5 of Coins in the Tarot Marseille talks about networking. And I'm not networking. I'm sorry. A huge change is coming. Okay, so the change is that you're not going to be alone. And wasn't I just saying that? I was just saying that like you're not going to be alone anymore, but it's not going to be exactly in the way that you had thought, right? It's going to be even better. And people are going to see just how amazing you are because of the work that you did. Yeah, Epiphany, which is the Hermit energy. And we have Archangel Raziel with joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. I feel like the thing that I'm seeing the most here is being a light unto others. You've done the work, right? You had to do the work. It was like along the journey, you lost all these people. It was just like you learned a lot of your own emotional egoic triggers, and you healed so much of yourself. And you just, it was like to be in North Node means that you've done a lot of healing work. Right? You've worked on yourself. You're also coming across as this very joyful person, this very outgoing person, this very bright light. And you've brought in things to a close, but it wasn't comfortable going through that. Like it was a difficult situation to go through that. It was something that was quite a challenge. They brought a lot of challenges and difficulties as well. And you had to learn how to balance that energy out. And recognizing that in order to let go of them meant that you had to come into a new place for yourself, and that was relying on your own energy. And so what your message is, what you need to know is that that was exactly how things were designed when you came here as a person. Your soul designed it this way so that you could see just how strong you were alone. So you may not have ever had a chance in your life to do things alone. Like maybe all of your big projects in school were always involved someone else, or maybe you always had a friend in your life who's just always there. And, you know, it's like you never had time by yourself. Maybe you never lived by yourself. You've always lived with somebody or roomed with somebody. And it's like this created a situation where you had to do it just alone. And it's really, they're saying it's just really empowering you. And you're going to feel that empowerment if you're not already. And on the bottom of the deck, we have over here, yeah, the 3 of Gabriel. Property arising from wise prosperity, my bad. Prosperity arising from wise planning. Time to take the next step. Optimistic plans that turn out as expected. And you're moving on. You're moving on, right? The world. This is this huge completion coming in here. And what's trying to peek out? We have the 5 of Raphael. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Yeah, so there's just been a lot of difficulties that you've gone through and not sure of how to get beyond that. And I do feel like it has to do with other people, like especially with the 3 of Coins coming out here in your reading. But source is saying that you're about to come into a very prosperous time where people are going to praise you for whatever it is that you're creating, right? So, and the message is just hang in there, right? Hang in there. It is coming, right? It is going to happen. It's not in our time frame. It's in divine timing. Yeah, house 8, transformation, karma, facing fears and legacies. Yeah, you've done a lot of healing here. Okay, and you are going to be leaving a legacy. The transformation is here. All right, let's get one of these. Thank you. On the bottom, we have detective, great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Shadow attributes are voyeurism and falsifying information. I feel like that's what you've dealt with before, is people who falsified their information. Like, maybe you thought they were on the same kind of journey as you, you know, whether that's a spiritual journey or just the personal empowerment journey, whatever it is. Like, thought they were on the same journey as you, and you recognized that they weren't. And that's why you had to go and dig deep and go within. And, you know, the Epiphany card really does talk about that integration alone. Prioritize self-care. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. Yeah, so there are gonna be people who are coming in to help you out on the next part of your chapter of life. You're not going to be alone anymore. Wow, that was so fast. We got Confucius and Xingfu. You've come a long way along the path of mastery. Learn now from your own soul, where the light of ancient knowledge shines. You are now ready to receive everything. Yeah, so this is like literally just around, it's just around the bend. It's just around the corner. Things are changing for you. Look, we have the cat joker. These cards crack me up. It's time to take action. You are now in urgent need of structure, order, and clarity. And so I feel like it's just continuing to stay true to your routines. Okay, and that's why the cat joker is here. It's just staying true to your routines. But we have this solar plexus energy coming through here. This is very gold as well, talking about richness and wealth. And so it's just staying true to what it is that you're doing. That's where you're finding the most stability on your journey. Okay, that's how you balance your energy here. Okay, let's get a dragon card from this deck. What else would you like to come through, Source? Okay, thank you. And on the bottom here, we have Air Dragon. Helps you rise above earthly matters. Communicate honestly. Brings inspiration and hope. And see life from a higher perspective. And I feel like right now that's really what you need to hear, is inspiration and hope. Because it does get exhausting, just like when you keep hearing like, oh, you're going to be successful. You're going to be successful. You're like, okay, that's nice, but I'm just numb to it now because it's just not happening, right? But it is. It's coming. Slowly, but it is coming. Yeah, house 4, cultural and family roots, home, peace, and comfort, right? And this could have been family who did this to you, but also we see that you're healing family curses, generational wounds with the house 4 coming out. This is something that you've had to nurture and really go all in on as well. Whoa, my frequencies. Okay. Yeah, conjunction, a union, merging and coming together. And I feel like you're merging with your higher self. So you're not going to be questioning your intuition any longer. You're not going to be questioning the gut feelings that you're getting. We have exorcist here, light attributes, freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. The shadow attribute is fear, facing your own demons. And I feel like that's exactly what you were fighting with these other people, is not being able to see that they were mirroring back those demons to you, right? And you were mirroring those to them, and they didn't want to face them, but you were put into a situation where you had no choice but to heal from that. And because of that, you have freed yourself from those destructive impulses. Like, it all has to be about money, fame, wealth, and all these things. You're seeing, like, I just want to have this purpose, right? Stepping into the spotlight. I cannot make this up. You have a message the world needs to hear. It's time to share your wisdom. I can't make it up. This is very clear. This came out with the dice as well. You're going to be in the spotlight. And then we have the silver lunar dragon. Bathes you in the divine feminine light. Come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation, and expand your causal chakra. And so the causal, if I can say it. It's not casual, it's causal. It's the causal chakra. It's located right at the base of your skull where it meets your spine. The occiput, I believe is what it's called. So it's right there where that little bone sticks out. It's about 3 inches just outside of your head, your physical body. And so when we work on our causal chakra, what ends up happening is we begin to draw that into our body. And when we draw that into our body, it aligns with our other chakras. And when it aligns with our other chakras, this is like a third eye wide open type energy. It's like you're really in this space of connecting with divine energy, connecting with your intuition. It's a very powerful chakra, but it does reside outside of our body, but we're trying to bring it in. And when we heal and we align ourselves with our divine mission, which you have, that helps bring that chakra into our actual physical field. So let's take a look at your ancestral energy card, and I'll read this from the book. Oh, I laugh because all week I've gotten this card myself, so that is hilarious. We've got balance yourself, direction, growth, and life stages. All right, so balance yourself. Let me see. It says, for the Neo, and I cannot say this right, but I'm going to try. It's the Nehiawak First Nation peoples of Canada, also known as the Cree. The medicine wheel represents the foundations of life. Each year, each lesson, each life is in constant motion through the 4 phases depicted by the medicine wheel. Its philosophy extends to the physical, emotion, mental, and spiritual, and can help one understand their place in the universe as well as how they are linked to all living things. You have the 4 aspects, which is the east is spring, red, the sun rising, new beginnings in life, childhood, feelings, and emotion. The south is summer, yellow, the sun at its highest point in the sky, adolescence, being active in relationships. The west, autumn, which is black, the setting sun, adulthood, and its responsibilities, introspection and reflection. We have north, winter, white, the dark night, the dark of the night, midnight, maturity, the thinkers and teachers and the community, decision-making and deeper understanding. And the ancestors say each part of your life contributes to the whole of who you are. The strength you draw from one area of your life can help you manage another. However, it is now time to reflect and address an imbalance. Weigh up how much time and energy you devote to your health, finances, career, relationships, personal interests, and all other aspects of your life. Once you have identified the areas that need your focus, make a plan to restore balance. Nurture your whole self, mind, body, emotions, and spirit. It says, pay attention to the energy of Mother Earth, the seasons, the sun, and the moon. Yeah, so there's something here that's shifting within you, and I feel like you are bringing yourself into balance, but it's been only through looking at yourself and looking at the stages that you've gone through and the cyclical situations that have come up in your life that you've been able to let go and come into this balanced state. And so they're saying that through balancing yourself and walking in your north node, you are coming into a place where you're going to be stepping into the spotlight. It might not be tomorrow. It might not be next month. It might not even be a year from now. And I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying that it is bound to happen. And the only message that they want you to know is to stay true to your path. You're walking in your north node. Keep going. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. And keep doing your best to balance your energy here, okay? So this is what I see for you here. If you feel like this is your message, leave a little star emoji down below and say, it's my turn to step into the spotlight. This is my glow up season, so that you confirm this message. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you in memberships, but if not, thank you for your continued support here. I'm going to go ahead and leave this here and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guide, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful yellow jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, then this is going to be your reading you need to hear today. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this channel, this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out what is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear today, Source. What is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear today? Source, what is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear today? Okay, so that's Sag. We've got the North Node, and we've got the 4th house. Feels like you're about to go on an adventure. You've been nurturing something, right? You have a project that you're doing, or you're building something, or you're creating something here, and you've been nurturing it, and you've been doing a really good job at it, and it's actually going to be something that helps you go somewhere new. Right? The Sagittarius energy is all about adventure, travel. It could be about higher learning, so you're learning even more about it, but I feel like there's a travel essence here, so you could be traveling to a new place to learn more about what it is that you're building, to gain more of a skill. So it's like they're showing me someone that would become like a yoga teacher and going to a yoga retreat in order to gain more knowledge, but you have to actually go and spend time in that retreat. Or like if you're a student, you're going to a new school and you're gaining more knowledge. If you guys hear those cars in the background, there are a whole bunch of old cars here this week, and so the park is full of them, and they are so loud, but there's a lot of beautiful cars here. Travel again. Travel. Car is a form of travel, right? And they haven't come through on any of the other readings, just on yours. And so interesting energy. Angel, out of the window, baby. Thank you. So there's this energy of you moving on into something that is more aligned with your journey, with your higher path of purpose, but it's like gaining new information, gaining new knowledge, gaining a better understanding. And the essence here is to truly delve in and nurture that, and to really immerse yourself in the learning process. Like, don't be afraid to, take that time off. Don't be afraid to really just turn off all devices and really pour yourself into this so that you can gain what it is that you're looking from this, right? And so there's this essence of travel, there's this essence of excitement, and an essence really of adventure. It really feels like this is something you're excited to do. And if you're not sure what it is yet, this is something that you will be very excited once it's presented to you. And so I feel like you really need to hear that what you're doing is paying off. Putting in this effort, you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. Okay? So Source, what else would you like to tell pile number 3? What is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear today? What is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear today? Yeah, you made a decision to focus on yourself instead of focusing on other things that maybe just aren't as important right now. Doesn't mean that they're not important. They're just not a priority in your life right now. But this is, whatever this is, it feels like a priority in your life. Okay. One more. Thank you, Source. What would you like to tell pile number 3? What is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear today, Source? What is the message? Thank you. Okay. What is the message that pile number 3 needs to hear today? What is the message? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. right, let's see what we got on the bottom of the deck. We've got, yeah, the King of Cups. Like, this just really does feel like you're just going to be really emotionally satisfied between, you know, getting this in and learning whatever the skill is. It's going to be really fulfilling for you, but it's also bringing a very high sense of emotional intelligence and emotional maturity where you're going to be helping others and people are going to be looking up to you. But this is like a wise move for you as well. That's what I'm getting with the King of Cups here. It's like something fell apart or it didn't play out quite the way that you thought it would. And so it's like you're not even hurt by that. And I love that energy for you, pile 3. It's like you just see it's not working out, and you know, I'm not gonna dwell in the past anymore. It's like I've spent so much time dwelling on this or dwelling on situations like this. I'm just gonna let that be, and I'm gonna move on. Yeah, it was someone who wasn't willing to give you love. Yeah, look at this. You have a Page of Cups and a Queen of Cups in the reverse. This is someone who was going out of their way to draw you in, but you saw that, right? You saw that through just pulling away your energy. You saw that. And now you're just, look, I'm bright and I'm hopeful for the future and I'm moving on towards that, right? And this fiery energy of Sagittarius. And I feel like life is just a party for you now. I feel like that's so strange to say because I don't feel like you're very like party type of person. Like you probably aren't someone who visits the clubs very often, or you're not someone who actively goes out of their way to go places like that. But it does feel like things are going to be like a party for you in the sense of everywhere you go, you're bringing the party, right? Get it, pile 3. All right, yeah. Oh, okay. So we've got Judgment in reverse, yeah. The Nameless in reverse, and the 9 of Coins in the upright. This is like really telling energy here. It's like, look, this was something that was leaving you stuck. That's why I was saying, like, you focused on it and you were tired of focusing on it. You're tired of it. It's like, I've done everything in my power to either help this situation or this person or these people or, you know, whatever it is. It's like you've done everything in your power to bring it into a place of understanding and understanding and balance even, right? And recognizing at one point it was like you had to cut your losses because it was so unstable. It's like so unstable. It's like you're showing up as a stable person but losing your footing because this is unstable. And because this is unstable, it's making me feel lost in myself. And so it's like, you know what, I'm going to focus on what I need to do for myself. And so you've shifted your focus here. But not only your, what I love for you, if this hasn't happened for you yet, pile 3, it's coming. What I love for you is that you not only shifted your focus mentally, what drove that was the emotional maturity that you have, right? And this could be a Scorpio you're dealing with. This could be a Pisces, a Virgo you're dealing with. Does not have to be, but those are energies that are coming out rather strongly right now. Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer energy, and Virgo. Yeah, so very watery. Someone who's very delusional about life, living it from their emotional ego and not seeing things clearly. And we see here, it's like this could be family with Judgment. It does not have to be, but Judgment can also point out at like secrets about the family that have come out, that it's like airing dirty laundry about the family here with Judgment in reverse. And you know, with the Death card or the Nameless, it's really not named the Death card in the Tarot Marseille. It's the Nameless card or the number 13. We see here with it in reverse, it's like stagnation and being catatonic. This is something that ripped your heart out at some point. And I do feel like you dwelled on it for a while, but somewhere along the way you healed yourself. You were like, you know what? That was a really frustrating situation. That was a really heartbreaking situation. It was really just something I don't want to go back into. And so I'm just going to move on, right? But look, and I love how his feet are pointing towards the path. It's like the past here. It's like you see that it's this situation that brought you into a more stable mindset, abundance, an overflow here. It's like you're recognizing that without this situation, you wouldn't have understood the power that you held within yourself to make a wise decision to move forward. And it's just so like, I love this. So today's message, all three piles have really been about connections, and that was outlined in the overall energy with the ancestors card when we first, if you didn't see the shuffle, I don't have it available right now, but if you go back and watch the shuffle for the cards, the connections card came out and was talking about love. So I guess you're getting 3 cards today. You're the only one that's going to get 3. I won't tell if you don't, but we've got strength with Archangel Ariel. Strength and grace through kindness, self-confidence, and forgiveness. It's exactly what I said. It's like that energy of recognizing if I didn't have this situation, I wouldn't be who I am. It's just like you're coming into this place of, it's emotional maturity at its finest. Like, you recognize now when people are coming from their shadow and they're like, oh no, it's this person's fault, it's that person's fault, it's their problem, they caused this to me. And it's like you're seeing it as in they're not healed. And yeah, this was a really crappy situation, but I don't have to hold on to it like that anymore. And so there's something here that you're really releasing and letting go. And that's so powerful. The High Priestess or the Popess, we have Archangel Hanael. Powerful psychic insight, reflection, and meditation that provides valuable information, and be at peace. It's exactly, you uprooted yourself from this situation and you're coming into a place of pure harmony and peace within. And that's what's bringing you into this state of abundance and freedom from illusions as well. Because the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Coins, when they're in the reverse, they talk about illusions, right? The 9 of Cups, when it's in the upright, really talks about fulfillment. That's like the wish fulfillment card in the Tarot Marseille. That's everything that you've ever wanted. The 9 of Coins in the upright talks about freedom from physical illusions in life. You understand what they are now. You see them from a mile away. And that's giving you an abundant feeling from within, which creates abundance in the physical realm. Yeah, and look, we have the 3 of Michaels. Release the past. You will grow from this situation, and time heals all wounds. This is exactly the energy that I've gotten this whole time. The 3 of Swords in the Tarot Marseille is really about divine intervention. This is something that Source came in and helped you with. It's like, I feel like you prayed. You're like, I need the strength with this situation. Can you please help me? And Source is like, I've just been waiting for you to ask. I've got you. I've been waiting to step in. And the minute that you asked, Source was right there. Like, had your back the whole time. Didn't leave you in the dark, you know? Yeah, we have the Lovers here with Archangel Raphael, making choices from the heart, deeply emotional commitments, and the power of love. And this to me is just giving me that, it's like you followed your heart on this one. You made a choice to leave something behind that was just not serving you anymore. It just wasn't good for you, right? And that's not easy. It was a big change for you. It's uncomfortable, but it was worth it. And you saw that it was worth it. Yeah, Pisces energy coming in. Intimacy, intuition, and compassion. This could be a Pisces you were dealing with. You could have Pisces highly aspect in your chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Pisces in the 8th house, the 10th house, North Node, Sag in the North Node, or South Node. Take it as it resonates. And then Sag in the 4th house. Yeah, okay. So a lot of listening to your intuition here, trusting yourself. Like, isn't this interesting? We have Father on the bottom of the deck. I haven't shuffled this yet. I mean, I shuffled it from pile 2, but I just turned it over, and we have Father on the bottom with talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. And we have shadow attributes, dictatorial control, and abuse of authority. And so this is a very interesting, so it could have been a father, but it could have just been a family member as well. It doesn't have to be, but I was getting that with the Judgment card. It's like airing someone's dirty laundry out. It's like recognizing that I don't have to live the way that they live. Wow. Yeah, for some of you, is a past relationship. Okay, you're getting 3 of these. That's a lot, but we have Avenger with desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. The Shadow is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. We have Don Juan with spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. The Shadow is using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So some of you are letting go, releasing someone who is a romantic partner. Some of you are releasing yourself from a community here with Avenger, and we have Mediator. Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Shadow is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. And some of you are letting go of a job situation here. Okay, so there's a lot of energies that came through. We have on the bottom a guide. Represents the nature of the divine life and in life and in you. And the shadow is places financial gain over and control over imparting spiritual insight. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're moving on beyond that, and that's what's bringing you a lot of success into your life. But emotional success is like more than anything. It's just emotional fulfillment and freedom here. And because of that, it's like you're going to start seeing everything coming into your life. Right? This is like becoming the nurturer to yourself, the mother to yourself, the inner child is being released. We be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. Yeah, alignment. Real alignment with yourself here. No longer fearing yourself in situations where you might have, put yourself into a box or tried to hide yourself from situations because of fear of judgment or because people have judged you or these particular people have judged you. Look, we have 43 coming out with Rose Murda and abundance. Abundance and wealth are now flowing toward you. Prepare to be receptive at every level in order to receive all that awaits you. Yeah. And because you're not focusing on that anymore, and because this was a block for you, I feel like this was a huge block for your abundance in your wealth in life. And so it was like letting this go and just moving on and being free of it, not bringing the baggage with you. Being free of it is what's opening you up to abundance now. We have on the bottom Malachi. Is that Malahel? Yeah, Malahel and Chumhachadalu. Okay. Melahel has spoken. I am the light in the darkness. I will guide you back to divine love. All lower energy must bow before my power. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It's like Source was on standby, just waiting for you to ask for assistance. And in asking for assistance, it's like all those powers came in and all those higher vibrations came in and lifted you up into a new place. And look at this. We have Aphrael and Beliza. With a fresh wind is blowing into your life. Believe in your divine guidance and recognize all the gifts along your path. You're getting purified here. And a lot of blessings are coming in. A lot of blessings are coming in for you. This is a very powerful message. It's hard to leave people, but it's like you recognize you had to do what was right for you. That is so powerful. That takes so much courage and bravery. I hope you understand how brave that is. I feel like that's exactly what Source wants to say here. We have Orange Dragon flipping over. Brings soul families and communities together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. So it's like you releasing this. And this could even be a memory, right? Like sometimes we're just holding on to a memory of someone and it's keeping us blocked and we don't recognize that or see that or know. And it's like, finally, we're just like, I'm tired of reliving this story over and over again. And when you release that, it opens you up to letting in your soul family, your soul tribe. So you're coming into a place of communities. But that's what I'm saying. There's like this sense of traveling. You're going to be traveling somewhere. Or maybe family, like your soul family is traveling to you to see you. Or you're in different states or you're in different countries. Like it does feel like you're away from each other, but it's okay. Like it's not a big deal. It's not like, oh my gosh, I wish we were closer, which of course you do. But there's like the sense of adventure that comes with knowing someone who lives in a different place. Like you get to experience that. So we have on the bottom, this card came out twice while I was shuffling for your pile. Orange Gold Dragon from Arcturus opened you to the knowledge for the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future and be a guiding light. So you might have ties to Arcturus. Whatever it is, orange coming through, you're healing the sacral chakra. That does show that this was something that was holding you back from expressing yourself and feeling yourself. Like, this is my right to feel is the sacral chakra. That's also our connection to our tribe and our communities and the willingness to see someone exactly as they are without having this feeling of need to change them or to control them, right? So we do have fire, Aries, Leo, Sag, confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. This is something you had to do. It took bravery, but it also brought a lot of confidence with it as well. Then we have, you are protected. You are safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. This is from Archangel Michael. So you are protected. You don't have to worry anymore. You don't have to worry that, you're going to be harmed along this journey or that there's negative people out there trying to get you. You're protected from all of that. So let's take a look at your ancestor card here and see what came out. We have begin writing now. Create, express, and inspire. Ooh. Yeah, so this could be that you are going to be publishing a book or like a paper or something like that too. And they're saying it's going to be successful. But this is just talking about this energy. Like, it's time for you to express yourself. And you are. And because you're expressing yourself, you're inspiring others. It says, inscriptions in the Elder Futhark are the only surviving remnants of the language spoken by Germanic tribes early in the Common Era. This runic alphabet was used on stones, weapons, jewelry, and other items, with the earliest of these inscriptions dating as far back as the 2nd century. The peoples of Scandinavia had strong oral tradition in which long passages of history and other important information was passed down using stories and poetry. By the Middle Ages, Scandinavia had developed new boundaries and the language had evolved into distinct dialects such as Danish and Swedish. The written language was influenced by the Roman alphabet, although the use of the runic alphabet did continue. The earliest recorded piece of Danish literature, The Deeds of the Danes by the Saxo Grammaticus, was published in approximately 1200 CE. In the tradition of the region's storytelling and poetry, it is the story of the first Danish kings from prehistory to the time it was written. In the early 1700s, Ludwig Holberg penned plays, comedies, and works about the history and philosophy. Holberg's most famous comedy is Japai Pa Jurget, is still performed and nearly 300 years old. So I don't know if I pronounced that right, but again, it's like that energy of the runic alphabet. This is like learning something, that divination learning, or being able to connect with something that's ancient within you, right? That learning that's bringing you to that more knowledgeable place. It says, writing is a way to capture ideas, plans, dreams, and memories, as well as stories and history. It can also be therapeutic. You do not need to study or have any special tools to start writing. Put pen to paper and see what happens. Write for yourself, and as your creative talents are freed, for others too. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. You have a talent for writing and expressing yourself. You may like to share your gift with others by having your writing published or to keep a journal just for yourself. It doesn't matter what you write. It matters that you start writing and you get your thoughts down. Write anything that pops into your head. Writing is a healing experience that helps you process things in your life. It can also help you inspire others. And I feel like writing is some way that you've actually helped heal from this situation and released it. But again, I keep getting this sense of traveling. And I know we didn't get any confirmations really with the cards, but that's something that still keeps coming through here, is there's a sense of travel here. And so maybe you're going to publish something that's going to go really big and bring in a lot of abundance, and you're going to be able to travel to see friends around the world and to experience how it is when you express yourself with other people other than these people who had these very dark shadow attributes in your life. But you yourself are going to be entirely emotionally fulfilled, and you've gained a lot of wisdom from this journey, and they just want to applaud you on that. Like, Source is just saying you've done a good job, pile number 3, and this is that encouragement that you need right now. You were looking for hope, and we were bringing that hope to you today. Okay, so this is what I see for you here. If you feel like this is your message, leave a little pin emoji down below and say, express myself, and that inspires me to become my truest, authentic self in this realm. And if it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you for your continued support here. I do want to take a quick second to thank your guide, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this incredible message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.